Hi, welcome. Today we're going to talk about co-parenting with the universe, and more specifically, foundation number 1 to be co-parenting with the universe. My name is Muriel Felous, and I am the owner and the creator of co-parenting with the universe. Today we're going to talk about creating your reality. And of course, this is to a certain extent. We create our reality with our thoughts and our emotions. We don't hold the planets together, we are not that powerful, and we do not manifest for other people, but we have a huge impact, especially as parents. And when we consider that it comes from our thoughts and our emotions, that can be felt and received by our teenager, consciously or unconsciously, and it has an impact. So when something is going on with your teenager, some kind of challenge, sometimes very, very difficult, like it was the case for me when my teenagers were out of control and taking things at parties and doing all kinds of stuff, you may find yourself in anxiety or anger, frustration, confusion, or all of the above. And usually, if I'm talking to you about creating your reality and having a vision for what you really want, most people, most moms, are going to go directly to the opposite of the situation that is currently happening with their teenager. Which means if they skip school, for example, they're going to have a vision of them going to school every day. So the issue with that is that we're still visualizing the problem, and the energy that is attached to the problem. So that's not of the highest vibration that it could be. So that means it's not as powerful as it could be in terms of creating the reality you want to see. And I'm going to emphasize what you want to see, because considering the fact that you don't manifest for your teenagers, you can maybe be an adjunct to what they are manifesting, like adding your positive energy to theirs to manifest even easier. If, let's say, they're on the fence, you add a little bit of your impact and it makes them go in their highest good instead of the other side. Considering that it's all about energy. We want to be as high vibrating as possible. And instead of just focusing on the problem and trying to imagine the opposite, we need to come from a pure desire, going from the idea that everything is possible. And that may require you to lift your disbelief for some time, because sometimes when things are happening, it's very hard for us to believe that it could be otherwise, or it could be really, really that good. And I will record also a tapping video to go with this foundation to help you put aside this disbelief for a little bit. Because as everything, your brain learns with repetition and emotion, and the more you're going to repeat something that is high vibration, the more it's going to become the default mode for you, and even an anchor, but I'll explain that after. So we said, creating a pure desire, a pure vision for the reality that you want to see. Let me explain to you what it means. Let's say they are not going to school, which was the case in my house. For 3 months, my daughter didn't go to school and blocked the school number on my phone. So let's say they're not going to school, and you've been visualizing and imagining them being at school every day. The everything is possible higher vision would be you see them graduating. Because really, if someone was coming to you and telling you she hasn't stepped a foot at school for the entire year, but she's still graduating because she has amazing grades, would you care? I don't think so. So what you're really after, in fact, it's visualizing what you're really after. What you're really after is seeing them graduating in that case. if we're talking about drinking and taking stuff, and what you're really after is not for them to stop drinking, which still has the alcohol in the mix and the vibration of that. It is to see them healthy, happy, and vibrant, and self-reliant emotionally. That means not using something from the outside to make themselves feel better. So that's your vision. And create that vision in details. If you need to, you can write it down. When I create visions for myself, I write it down like a movie, like a story, so that when I rehearse my vision, I do not have to look for details if I need to. I know exactly what I want to see, what time of the day, sometimes even what I'm wearing, what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing, to that level. So do that for your teenager as well. If you're imagining them healthy, happy, vibrant, and self-reliant, where do you see them? Do you see them at home? Do you see them, I don't know, in a park? Do you see them in a social gathering? Where do you see them? You can even know, what are they wearing? What are you wearing? Are you in the picture, or are you just watching the movie? What time of the day is it? How does it feel? Imagine yourself really being part of the scene, and you see that. What do you feel on your skin? Are you outside? Are you inside? To that level of details, without bringing anything that has to do with the current challenge. Very important. So what I'm talking about is creating a pure desire, or a vision that resonates with the pure desire in your heart. And rehearsing often. Rehearsing until you have it, until when you are in a day of really the strongest difficulty, let's say something happened and you're really mad at them, and you start spiraling into anxiety and fear, you can interrupt the pattern, because this is just that. It has never helped to spiral down. It's an illusion of protection to think that you can look at the problem from every angle like a Rubik's Cube to try to solve it. It's just bringing you down even more in lower vibrations, lower emotions, etc. So when you are in a moment like this, you can even have a gesture to interrupt that pattern. You can do like that. Your brain will know the pattern interrupter. And then you pick your vision, which you have rehearsed, and you go into it full blown. You go into it emotionally, physically. Let's say if in your vision you're standing, then stand. If in your vision you're sitting, then sit. Do exactly what you would be doing in your vision, so that it becomes an anchor to bring you back up, to bring your vibration back up, to bring your emotions back up. And that way, since we create what we focus on in a dominant basis on every subject, it becomes attached to the subject of your teenager with a higher vibration. And that will have a huge impact. I hope it's clear. If it's not, if you have questions, you can post them below, or you can reach out to me privately through my website, coparentingwiththeuniverse.com. I will also create a video to help you put aside the disbelief and open a parenthesis of possibilities. And if you like this video, give it a thumb up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe so that you don't miss any episode, any foundation, anything that is important. And even more importantly, if you know a mother who is struggling, please share it with them, because my mission is to make it so that no mom is struggling alone. When I went through everything that I went through alone, it added 10 levels of difficulty to what I was experiencing. So I really want to be there, and I thank you for choosing to it's, I would say work, but it's not really work. Choosing to be proactive for your vibration when you parent. Choosing to cooperate with the universe because it makes things easier for you, for them, for everyone. And I'll see you next time in my next video.